Before you give up, or I give up, let me walk you through a couple scenarios, a couple thoughts that you might be having over the past year or two as we kind of go through these uncertain times. Hey guys, my name's Lamar. Welcome to my channel where I help you start and scale an online business. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a couple thoughts that might be causing you to freak out during these uncertain times. The first one let's talk about, you might be thinking, I didn't see this coming. As entrepreneurs, we have to get good at macro forecasting. Let's face it, this probably won't be the last pandemic that we face, and it's probably not going to be the last recession that we faced. Each one of these events may or may not have been able to be necessarily forecasted, one more than others probably. However, we need to get better at forecasting or seeing the ripple of events and effects that one event might lead to another. For example, when COVID first started in China, were you making the connection like, oh, this could ripple into the US, or this could impact the entire world? Or were you so focused on your own internal problems, you didn't really see what was going on out in the peripheral? At that time, I was so focused on when is China going to recover from this problem and like restore my supply chain that I didn't not even myself, see the impact that it was going to have on the US or the rest of the world. So not only did we forget or not see how this could impact the rest of the world from a pandemic standpoint, but then did we or were we predicting the impact that it would have on buying behavior or demand? And now fast forward to today's time, and as inflation rates continue to rise and interest rates continue to rise, how are we seeing that? What kind of predictions are we making about the current market, the current buying behavior, the current demand? Are we going to continue to see impacts on our supply chain and or buying behavior of our products? The reality is we live in a connected world, and we need to get better at predicting how events will relate to each other and predicting what might happen next. The second thing that you might be thinking is all these businesses are closing, all these businesses are laying people off. Is my business next? The good news is e-commerce is fairly resilient. Whether it's because of COVID or now the recession, the reality is businesses are closing, whether it was a restaurant or a bar or a gym. Now there's all these like layoffs that are starting to take place, and people are kind of buckling up and preparing for the worst. You're seeing all of these things kind of happen around you. But is this happening to e-commerce? And I would say for the most part, no, it's not. There might be a slight pullback on the demand side. However, regardless of what people thought, e-com really wasn't impacted by COVID-19 much at all. In fact, many businesses, many online e-commerce businesses thrived during that time. In the same way, as we enter into a recession, are our e-commerce businesses going to die in the same way that was predicted through COVID-19? Or will they continue to prosper? If you don't get tied up into the negativity, the choice is ours. The third thing that you might be thinking is, I can't send inventory into Amazon. I got bad news for you though. Inventory control is in your control. If you think anything else, it's an excuse. If you remember about a year or two ago, Amazon actually shut down receiving products into their warehouses for about a 2-week period of time. And everybody was freaking out about this. However, if that shipping restriction actually substantially impacted your business, then you unfortunately have bigger inventory issues that you need to examine very closely within your business. That's not necessarily an Amazon problem, that's a you problem. And you need to figure out where you need to fix your supply chain or your inventory stock levels so that you can weather a 2-week, a 3-week, a 4-week restriction on inventory. Having a several week delay in your business really shouldn't impact you that much at all. At this point, COVID and everything else that we've dealt with really should have stress tested your business and your supply chain. If you're still having inventory issues today, what internal issues do you need to address? The fourth thing that you might be thinking right now is, I don't have enough cash. Now, operating with enough cash reserve is a challenge for any entrepreneur. And the reality is, most businesses probably don't have enough cash reserve on hand at any given time. As a startup, I get it. Right? We're running on a very limited amount of cash. All of the cash that we're getting in our e-commerce business is being reinvested into purchasing more inventory, buying more products, expanding our marketing budgets, etc. That being said, it is a good idea to have at least 2 months worth of operating cash available for you to weather any couple week problems that you might face. Ideally, we even have like a 12-month reserve so that we can operate the business for 12 months should any problems arise. We need to be able to cover overhead and weather any storm that might happen. Now, I get it that 12 months is a lot of cash that you might need on hand to weather that kind of period or that timeline. And to be honest, even me knowing this now, I still don't have a 12-month cash reserve on hand. However, I am striving for that. And if you're not in a position to start to build that cash reserve, it's a good idea to review your expenses. Do you really need to be spending on each one of these software programs? You want to be constantly reviewing how you can get lean and only paying for really the core elements that make your business run. You want to be raising your profits. You want to be increasing your margin. So you want to be getting rid of those expenses that you absolutely don't need. And then on the flip side, where can you be raising prices? Can you raise prices an extra $1 or $2 here and there to make up a little bit more margin so that you can be building up that cash pile, that cash reserve just a little bit better and more efficient? All in all, whether it's COVID-19 or now the recession, you need to take each one of these events as a learning experience, right? Each one of these events could have killed my business. It could have killed your business. But the reality is, it's not going to kill either of our businesses. As long as you stay focused, operating your business efficiently, learning through each one of these experiences, and riding the emotional roller coaster or emotional wave of these ups and downs. So in summary, don't let these excuses kill your business or prevent you from breaking into the next level for your business. The reality is, all of these events will be over soon, and you just need to weather the COVID-19 storm or the recession storm or whatever storm comes next. Hope you guys got value out of today's video. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.